Students, in today's class we would be learning how to integrate integral 0 to 2 pi x squared sine nx times dx. Now we would be applying the Bernoulli's formula. Now what is the Bernoulli's formula? If you are expected to integrate uv dx, then we would have uv1 negative u1 v2 positive u2 v3 negative u3 v4 and so on it goes. Now we would be using the Lie concept to assign the value for u. So we have an algebraic function here and a trigonometric function. Now clearly we see that the algebraic function comes before the trigonometric function. So let u be equal to x squared and dv be equal to sine, or I would say instead of taking it as dv, we are expected to take it as v. So let v be sine x. So v1 is going to be differential of x squared, which is 2x, and u2 is going to be differential of 2x, which is going to be 2. Now v1 is going to be the integration of sine x times dx. So that would going to be negative cos x, right? But apparently we have got sine nx, so we have to take the value of v to be as sine nx. Now if I were to take the value of v as sine nx, then v1 would be equal to integration of sine nx is going to be cos nx divided by n. The coefficient of x is n, so we got it divided by n, but the sign is going to be negative. Now similarly v2 is going to be integration of cos nx, that's going to be sine nx divided by n. There is already a n there, so it's going to be n squared and with a negative sign. Now v3 is going to be integration of this sine nx, which is going to be cos nx divided by n. That there is already an n squared, so it's going to be n cubed with a positive sign. Now we don't need to go further because u2 is 2 and differential of u3 would become 0. So now we need to apply the Bernoulli's formula. So integral 0 to 2 pi x squared times sine nx times dx is now rewritten as u is x squared, and v1 is negative cos nx divided by n. The limits are 0 to 2 pi, but I won't place it now here, followed by a negative sign. u1 is going to be 2x multiplied with v2. v2 is going to be negative sine nx divided by n squared. So let me continue down, followed by a positive sign. u2 is going to be 2 times my v3 is going to be cos nx divided by n cubed, and that has to be raised to 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so this is equal to, I substitute the upper limit, so it's going to be 2 pi, in the place of x substitute 2 pi, raise it to power 2, times negative of cos 2 pi n divided by n. This is for the upper limit, followed by the lower limit, which is going to be 0. So naturally the entire quantity is going to become 0, so no need to substitute the limits. So this is for the first quantity. Now going to the second one, we've got 2x, negative times negative is going to be positive. I substitute the upper limit, so 2 times of 2 pi times sine 2 pi n divided by n squared, followed by negative sine and 2 times of 0 So naturally the second term will be eliminated. So there's no need to place the other limits for the sine component, followed by 2 times cos 2 pi n divided by n squared, negative 2 times cos 0 times n divided by n squared. Okay, so now rewriting this would give us, this is going to be 2 pi squared, so it's going to be 4 pi squared. Now cos of 2 pi n, now that is going to be 1, because we have this, you got to know this, cos of 2 pi n is equal to 1, and sine of 2 pi n will be equal to 0. So you can either write it as cos 2 pi n, or you can also rewrite it like this, cos of 2n pi is equal to 1, sine of 2n pi is equal to 0. So depending on your convenience. Now this is going to be rewritten as negative 1 over n, because this is going to be 1, but we have a negative sign. So followed by positive sign 2 times, this is going to be 1, so we have 1 over n squared, and this is going to be 1, so it's going to be 2 over n squared. Now clearly this is going to be cancelled, so that would give us 4 times pi squared divided by n with a negative sign. So therefore the final answer for this question is 0 to 2 pi. When you integrate the quantity x squared times sine nx times dx, you get negative 4 times pi squared divided by n.